All right, hello everybody. My name is April Gallinger, and I'm going to give you a presentation here about why you should do photography as either a hobby or a career. So what we're going to really talk about here in this presentation is how photography is an art form or self-expression. It's also a form of documentation, and photography is also a means to an income for a lot of people. So photography as a form of expression. There's a sense of reality behind a photograph because the photo is from another's point of view. The photographer also chooses what is personally valuable to photograph, and so therefore we can learn a lot about the photographer just by the angle used or by what is actually being photographed. So for example here, this picture that I took would possibly tell you that a flower is almost a sense of light or hope in a dark, dreary place like this here. Another example of how photography is a form of expression is that, again, with maybe a flower, one photographer might want to take a close-up picture of this flower and get all the details in the petals, but another photographer might prefer to take a further away picture of the flower from the stem to the top of the petals. So that can tell you a lot about a photographer by what they choose to photograph and how they choose to photograph it. It might tell you that someone's a little bit more intimate if they want to take a closer up photo, or vice versa. So how self-expression helps you. So when taking a photo, you become connected to your environment and have a higher self-awareness, because often when you're taking photos, you are in the present time and you have to take your whole entire environment into your hands and see what is around you and what you want to take a photo of. Also, if you photograph subjects that make you happy, you will likely start to feel happier. When your body is happy, it will decrease your likelihood of becoming depressed and also boost your immune system. And the same goes for if you photograph disturbing subjects. It can also help you release and heal trapped emotions, which has a positive health effects, as we know. So photography as a form of documentation. Photography can be used to document more than just what someone ate for lunch. It can document history or a fun day or anything really. Often we cannot remember every detail from a special event, so photographing the event can help to do so. And then in later years, you can reminisce over the photos, which can create a special bond with the people that the event happened with. So a good quote for this would be, "A picture is worth 1,000 words." So instead of writing an essay about how the day went, you can just take a picture of it and then look back at it on later years and reminisce over the good times. So there's also a pretty big argument against photography, and that main argument for why someone would not want to take photography as a hobby is because they don't have a fancy SLR or DSLR camera to use. And although these cameras do produce higher quality images, one can still actually take an excellent photo on a smartphone. iPhones, for example, are an excellent example of a phone with a higher quality camera. It's pretty competitive with some other digital cameras out there, actually. So this photo here I took a little while ago, and I just took on my smartphone. And the photo itself is pretty clear, and you can see the image pretty well and get a pretty good sense of what's happening here. So photography is also a means of income. Photographers are in high demand right now, and therefore they can charge a pretty penny for their photos. So types of photos or photography that are paid would be wedding photography, boudoir shoots, or family sessions, maternity shoots, engagement shoots, newborn shoots, the list goes on. As professional photos are becoming more and more popular, people are willing to pay a higher price for a photo. So the logic would be that a photo lasts a lifetime, and therefore people want to remember events for as long as they can. So then they will be willing to pay a little bit more just to be able to remember that event or that day or that person even. So that is why a lot of photographers now are making a pretty good rate with their photos that they charge for. So yeah, here's just a few of the references that I used for this presentation. And then just a little side note here would be that all photos in this presentation were taken by myself, April Gallinger. Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you have a little bit better of an understanding of what photography is and how that can be a form of self-expression and be a form of income and documentation. So yeah, hopefully you guys will be motivated now to take it up. Have a good day.